Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sports Talk. This is our first show for 2024. Woo! Yeah, it has been quite an exciting 2023, and as we look forward to what will happen to 2024, Happy New Year to all the Sports Talk fans. Thank you for joining us. Today is January 6th, and you're tuned into Sports Talk right here on the family station. My name is Kathya. Thank you so much for joining and being with me today. Lots and lots to talk about, of course. Can't hide. I don't know. I'm in my Jamaica jersey, Jamaica home jersey, my official Adidas Jamaica home jersey. Well, the jersey's about to change, but this is the jersey that we ended the year in last year. So this is the first, yes, the male version of the jersey. And so I don't know if that's a sign in terms of I'm about to talk some GFF business, but that's about the that's about the reggae girls today. I mean, the track and field season kicked off today. So yes, World Indoor coming up. I mean, the Olympics are coming up this year. Copa America is coming up this year. This 2024 is
gonna be exciting.
Yes, KGs. The show won't be boring in 2024. I promise. If you tune into Sports Talk every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. on the family station, Love 101. If you'd like to tell me what you're looking forward to in 2024, you can send me a WhatsApp on 876-997-3125. You can also send me a message on Love 101 FM Jamaica Facebook, Love 101 FM Jamaica YouTube. Tell me what sporting event you're looking forward to for 2024. I hear people talking about the the schedule for our junior athletes is a very tight schedule for them. And of course, there's the pen relays coming up, and we're hearing the pen relays saying that they're going back to the US versus the world. They're also looking to separate the events, so the boys will compete on different days than the girls will. I mean, there is just so much to look forward to 2024, and I say come along, join the journey as we go through the different sporting events. Of course, 2024 will be, as the track and field season starts, or it begins, that will be, of what we speak about, so, usually September to December is crammed with like schoolboy football, but now we're heading to the track and field season, so the different meets happening all over the island. We'll try to give you as much details as we can. Of course, the Jamaica Premier League continues. The Premier League, as in English Premier League, also continues, and the other leagues across the world. Of course, I told you I'll also keep you updated as to what's going on in the NFL. Right, we'll also keep you posted on what's going on in the basketball as it comes closer to the playoff season. I mean, there's just lots and lots to talk about, and I just want to say from Sports Talk, all the best for 2024, and just look forward to the journey that we will have as it relates to sports, and just a fantastic year. And of course, we start 2024 with our first sports highlights. All right, so we start with the updates coming from the Jamaica Premier League. I mean, they would have had quite a matches during the time that we were off or on our Christmas break. So just lots to talk about. I'll give you the point standing as it relates to what's happening in the Jamaica Premier League, and then we'll go to the matches that will come up for this weekend. All right. So let's go there. So Mount Pleasant still leading the standings in the Jamaica Premier League after just about approximately 13 games played. Mount Pleasant lead the point standing with 28 points. Second, Portmore, just 1 point behind on 27. Tivoli Gardens, they're in third on 24 points, and same they share the same points as fourth place Arnett Gardens, also on 24 points, just Tivoli leading on the goal difference. And in fifth and sixth, as we round out the top six, Cavalier and Dunby Holding sharing 21 points, with Cavalier having a better goal difference. In terms of the matches that are coming up in the Jamaica Premier League this weekend, tomorrow, and all these matches, except for the last, will start at 3 p.m. You're going to be having Cavalier versus Harbourview, Montego Bay United versus Limehall Academy, Portmore United versus Mount Pleasant. So that will be a top of the table clash there. Treasure Beach, they'll play Humble Lion, and the match that will begin at 4 p.m. That would be Waterhouse against Tivoli Gardens. And of course, in Monday Night Football, there we'll play Malines United at 5, and Dunby Holding will play Arnett Gardens at 7:30. All right. And of course, no English Premier League this weekend. However, the English Football League, so the EFL is going on. But I want to give you a standing as to what's going on in the Premier League. Some people would have moved to the top of the table over the break. So Liverpool currently leads the Premier League standings with 45 points. Aston Villa, they're in second on 42 points, and that's the club that or Leon Bailey plays for. Manchester City, they're defending champions. They're on 40 points, and Arsenal, they're also on 40 points, with Manchester City having a superior goal difference. Reason why they're in third. Right. And then, of course, last night, just in terms of what's happening in basketball in the NBA, there'll be quite a few matches, but just to point out, the Warriors, they would have defeated the Detroit Pistons last night 113-109, and the Los Angeles Lakers would have been defeated by the Memphis Grizzlies by 126-113. And of course, on Thursday, the Warriors would have lost to the Denver Nuggets 130-127. And so, that's happening as it relates to all the other sporting events that are happening. I mean, we're looking forward, as I told you, lots and lots to come as it relates to track and field. And one of the events I want to highlight before I come local, I'd love to highlight what's going to be happening on the world stage. So World Athletics, of course, they posted their calendar for the year. We'll see the Continental Tour Gold Cup, and those will take place all over in Australia, Botswana, Kenya, the USA, in Japan, in Switzerland, in Finland, in Hungary, Belgium. I mean, quite a few meets happening. And of course, the meets that we look forward to the most, the Rwanda Diamond League. There will be 16 stops in the Wonder Diamond League this year, and it will be quite interesting. It's really right. 16 stops in the Diamond League. Some events are shared over 2 days, but it will be an interesting year as it relates to athletics as well. Of course, the World Indoor Championships will also come up, and that will happen in Glasgow, the UK. And that will happen from March 1 to 3. And of course, the athletics events, well, before we get to there, the World Athletics Relay, that will take place in Nassau, Bahamas, and that will take place from May 4 to May 5. And the athletics part of the Olympics will be from August 1 to 11. And of course, as Jamaicans, we are happy that the athletics period is happening in when we will have some holiday. So, of course, we can be glued to the TV, I guess, 24/7 to see what's going on. And the World Indoor Championships that will come up in Lima, and that will come up on August 27 to 31. So we will also see our under 20s in action just at the end of, well, just the end of summer, the summer period for them. Of course, Jamaica was pretty dominant at the last World Athletics Championship. So we're looking forward to seeing how the juniors are able to sustain to, I mean, it's the championships is a bit late. Right, it comes right at the end of summer, so it would be when most of our athletes would be just beginning their regime in terms of, the start of the school year. So we'll see how the coaches will prepare the athletes to peak for that, and then to take them down to, of course, compete in the other for the rest of the year. The Summer Olympics, generally, that will run from July 26 to August 11. And of course, the Copa America is also coming up. That will run from June 21 to July 15. And of course, Jamaica is participating in the Copa America this year. And so we do have something to look forward to in terms of international competition for our footballers. And that's the Reggae Boys. And of course, later in the show, we will be talking about what has happened with Sidella Maridley and the Reggae Girls, and just that, what's happening and the statements that were released, and all that jazz will come up later in the show. Of course, in terms of the local needs, as I said, there are quite a few. Most of our juniors will now begin what we would say this is the time of the year that they shine. And of course, you have, like today happening, have the Danny Williams meet, and that's happening today at JC. Today also happening at Herbert Mercer Technical is the first chance meet, and as well as happening at Excelsior High School is the Ted Jawaya Classics Pentathlon Challenge. And so you will see over the course of the remainder of the months, at least for the first 4 months of the year, I will be highlighting in the shows to come what would be the outstanding moments of these meets that would have taken place with our juniors. And of course, as we get into February, getting into Gibson relays, and we're getting into the Central and the Western and the corporate championships, heading into champs itself and what the schedule will look like for our athletes. I hear that it's a packed schedule for them, but I'm sure that they will, the teams will figure it out. The team managers will figure it out and see what events, who will participating. I mean, it is set to be just a grand 2024, and so we are certainly looking forward to that. We're going to take a break right here on Sports Talk, and when we come back, we have lots and lots to talk about as we are looking forward to what will happen in the world of sports for 2024. We'll be right back.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. It's been an exciting show so far. Welcome to the first show of 2024. As I said, lots and lots happening, and we will just move to what would have been since Thursday night one of the biggest talked about maybe shocks for some people. Shocking because we didn't kind of see it coming, but some will say, based on what has happened, it's not a surprise that this would have happened. And I am speaking as it relates to the Bob Marley Foundation, in particular to Cedella Marley, and what would have transpired in terms of her giving up the ambassadorship. But we're going to read the official statement because we got the time. So we're going to read the official statement from Cedella, and then I will talk about what the responses looked like, because that is really what I want to get into. All right. So it says official statement from Miss Cedella Martin, and it says, next month will mark 10 years since my youngest son brought home a flyer from his soccer coach about the under-20 reggae girls. That flyer was the impetus for my initial query into the women's football and all of the amazing things that have happened since Captain Burrell first shared his vision and asked me to work alongside him as global ambassador for the Jamaica women's football program. When I accepted the role, I pledged to bring help, I will bring support, I will bring funds, and I will do all within my power to show that our senior reggae girls, what is possible for the campaign to the 2015 World Cup in Canada. During the early days of the first World Cup campaign, more than $300,000 was raised to help fund travel, training camps, nutritional support, etc. Although we didn't get the results we wanted that year on the pitch, we made our mark in the hearts and minds of the global football community, and it was clear that there was no turning back. We pressed on into support of not just the senior women's team, but the under 15, under 17, and under 20 teams as well. After Captain Burrell's unexpected passing, I knew that I needed to follow through with the mission we'd set to accomplish. And since 2014, the joint support of the Bob Marley and Rita Marley Foundations, along with a list of great partners to include the Alcoran Foundation, Breast Just Chicken, Guardian Life, House of Marley, One Firelight, and the WHOA has allowed us to invest $2.7 million in the growth and development of the Jamaican women's football. And it says the results speak for themselves, as the reggae girls have gone on to literally make history, not once, but twice. Not twice, but repeatedly. She says, over the course of their historic back-to-back World Cup qualifications and advancement to the round of 16, the senior reggae girls have demonstrated a level of resilience, growth, determination, dedication that makes me proud. In addition to the success within the national women team, they have proved to be the game changers at the professional college community level. Here are just a few highlights, and then she speaks about Alison Wilson, who was captain in 2019. She speaks of Kathya Plummer, who was captain in Alison Wilson, she was captain in 2014. She speaks about Kathya Plummer, who was captain in 2019. Khadija Bonishaw, who has been a captain for 2021 to 2023. She speaks about Jodie Brown, and she's saying getting to know the girls and play a part in their development has been the best part of the ambassadorship. And she said, with that in mind, I have decided I can no longer associate myself or my family's name and any other organization that would oppress and manipulate the very ones that have a responsibility to support and uplift effectively. Immediately, I'm resigning my role as ambassador. And of course, this will come on the heels of what would have happened, I'm sure, with Coach Lauren Donaldson, who is now coaching in the USA. And of course, what would have happened with the girls as their bid for the Gold Cup, and just how the World Cup squad was treated in that regard. I'm sure that had a lot to play in this case. Now, Khadija Bonishaw would have posted on Instagram, and she said, to the woman who gave me and other young girls a chance to believe in our dreams, to the woman who fought for us through the constant struggles and mistreatment. And she speaks about the lack of funding in 2008, and she speaks about it when Cedella started in 2014. And she says, thanks. Here is my problem. Here is my problem. And I'm getting to it now. So if somebody is an ambassadorship and for whatever reason they no longer seem to be wanting to represent a certain organization, yeah, you'd think that the JFF would, you think that they would release something, or they would say something. You think they'd say something? What did we get from the JFF, you may ask? And you might ask, we want to say thank you very much to Cedella Mali for all her contributions towards Jamaica football. One sentence. That's what we got. And I'm disappointed because I'm not so sure that for someone who would have advocated so much for the reggae girls, and I don't mean to be a party spoiler, but I can't understand that all you can say to us in the press is one line from an Instagram post. That's all. Nothing. Just one single line. One line. That literally, we want to thank you. Full stop. For me, I feel like for somebody who would have not just invested in our senior girls from under 15, under 6, under 17, under 20, and she is now giving up her ambassadorship, and you're just gonna make a one-line Instagram post. JFF, it's 2024. And I really hope that the PR team looks into this, because this just shows you just the lack of, I would say, respect, and just the lack of acknowledgement that the JFF has. And this continues. We see what would have happened with the girls in 2020 to the latter stage of 2023, how they dealt with the Lauren Donaldson situation, how they would have dealt with the World Cup reggae girls team. We've seen it, and I'm saying, JFF, this is now 2024. Kindly, please, I'm asking, get your acts together for 2024, because I don't believe that somebody is supposed to invest so much, or through their help have gotten investments, and all you can say in this person saying, okay, these are certain things and I don't want to necessarily be associated with this, but that does not negate the fact, like, it doesn't go against what they've done for the foundation. It doesn't go against the monies that they would have invested in the reggae girls. And I'm saying a one-line Instagram post to say thank you is not enough. I'm so sorry. So if you needed more time to, you guys are you guys always having press releases. So if you needed more time to do a proper press release, I would have accepted that. But the one line saying thank you, I don't think it's adequate, and it just shows, I just say, just a disregard for Cedella Mali and everything that she would have done for the reggae girls. literally being the savior sometimes for the reggae girls, and your thank you is a one line Instagram post. And I said this 2024, I'm really not going to try to come down so hard on the JFF, but can't start the year like this and expect me not to say anything. JFF, you cannot start the year like this. Cannot, like, this is 2024. Let's get it together, I beg. I plea, I ask. Just get it together for this year, okay? I don't know, PR team, people over JFF, just get it together. Can't be. That this is unacceptable. Unacceptable to locally and just internationally. People are watching, so people are watching us, and I don't think we understand that people are watching us and people are seeing things and playing out in the media. And even if that you didn't really want it to come off like that, it really just come off as, yeah, okay, thanks, we're moving on type of thing. No acknowledgement of the support that has been given. Just, okay, all right, thanks, but yeah, moving on, like nothing happened. I can't see through that. I can't understand that. I don't. It's underwhelming. It is everything. It is really everything. And I'm saying, we just want to here acknowledge the work that Cellular Marley would have done for the reggae girls. I mean, we in this press release you'd have seen, she would have, through her help and the Marley Foundation would have invested a lot. Or reggae girls would have denied the odds in the first qualifying for the first World Cup and of course the second World Cup. And despite what has happened in 2023, she really did a lot of work, and that work has to be acknowledged. Work has to be acknowledged, and I'm hoping that this is just a misstep at the beginning of the year by the GFF, and I'm hoping that we will get something better looking. let me use those words. Better looking from them as we go forward, right? Because yeah, unacceptable. But didn't want to start the year like that as it relates to. Didn't want to start the year as it relates to that, but right, we go for a break. As I said, if you want to talk about 2024, what you're looking forward to in terms of the sporting events, send me a WhatsApp at 876-997-3125. And of course, you can send me a message on Facebook and YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. We'll be right back on Sports Talk.
The management and staff of the Jamaica Customs Agency extend the very best wishes to all our stakeholders and wish for you an enjoyable and peaceful Christmas. As an ISO certified agency, we'll continue to improve our service delivery and have made available to you our new customs mobile app and our contactless clearance process. We appreciate you and look forward to serving you even better in the new year. We will always keep you, our customers, in focus. Happy New Year from Jamaica Customs.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101. Just want to acknowledge the persons on Facebook, Janet Brooks, Gabrielle Burrell, Ivande Thompson. Good afternoon. Happy New Year to everyone. Remember, I'd like you to share with me what you're looking forward to for 2024 as it relates to sports, or anything that would have stood out to you, even though we did our 2023 highlights at the final show. What you're looking forward or what was your highlight of 2023 rather? Right. So we move on to our other topics that we have. I mean, generally. So let me talk about what I personally am looking forward to for 2024, other than the things I've already listed out. Um, there's the Melrose meet, and I think that's the first indoor meet for the year. That meet comes up on February 11, and that will happen. The Melrose Games, that's normally the beginning when the Melrose Games happen. That's the beginning of the indoor season, and of course, already have been released is the 60-meter hurdles for women. With the likes of Daniel Williams, Devin Charlton, Nia Ali from the USA, Kenny Harrison, Alicia Johnson from the USA, Tia Jones from the USA, Messiah Russell from the USA, and Akira Nugent from Jamaica. So 2 Jamaicans and Americans and a Bahamian to highlight the 60-meter women race at the Melrose meet. So we're looking forward to that, and of course, looking forward to what will happen. There is, in terms of indoor, quite a lot to look forward to as our athletes also start their NCAA season. Looking forward to the lights of Jaden Hibbert and what will happen with him this year. Of course, our long jumpers, what will happen with them this year. They're following up on their performance from the World Championships. Of course, the likes like Elaine Thompson Hero, what she will do this year. She is the defending Olympic champion. And so we're looking forward to what she will bring as it relates to Olympic. Because, we know, Olympics is when we see the best of her. And so she always tend to shine. And of course, she's now in a new camp. So, it will be interesting to see what she will do. Sharika Jackson, will she go after the 200 meters world record this year? Would she not do the 100 and just focus on the 200 and try to get the world record? Persons like Antonio Watson, who is now the world champion in the 400 meters, how will that translate for him in the Olympic year? Young hurdler, right? Right. How his year will be. His name is going to come to me shortly, but yes, Rashawn Watson. There we go. Right. Rashawn Watson, how his year is going to be, having done well at the World Championships last year, and what that would be for him, his transition or continuous transition in the senior ranks. And then we're looking to the younger athletes, the Brianna Williams, the Tia Clayton. We also looking towards Akira Nugent. She would have had some, mishaps in last year and would have had a long season. Didn't do as well as she wanted to at the World Championships. So looking to see what will happen with her for this year. Of course, Danielle Williams and Megan Tapper and Karika Hill. Looking forward to what Karika Hill will bring this year. As she would have now completed 1 year in the senior ranks. Of course, you have our national junior record holder, Bawaji Nkumi, who is now transitioned to the senior ranks, what his season will look like. And young lady, she used to be at Heidel, right? So tell you what her name is. But yes, looking forward to what she will bring, as well as she's now training with Shakari Richardson. So, looking forward to that in terms of track and field. Of course, I did mention Copa America. Leon Bailey having great strides in the Christmas season at Aston Villa. He was named Aston Villa's Player of the Month for December, which is great. She had goals and assists in the month and has been playing fantastic. So we look forward to see, of course, how he transitions to 2024 and also just how that transitions to the World Cup Reggae Boy squad, and with Coach Holgrimson playing in the role that he plays at Aston Villa, so that we are able to get more out of him. Looking forward to what will happen in the, and I'm just listing the things, looking forward to what will happen in the track and field, local track and field. So we know, on the boys' side, there's the Kingston College and Jamaica College and Calabar and St. Jago, and of course Excelsior. Those teams who always do well, but from the early season talks, it seems as if things will be close, but not so close as it will be on the girls' side. Of course, Heidel, first-time champions, Heidel will be looking to defend their crown. But of course, recent champions, or many-time recent champions, Edwin Allen will be looking to take back the crown, having lost the championships by 1.5 points last year. So the girls section looking to be as interesting as it was. And of course, the talks of the Africans coming in and who can break Africans and the eligibility of the Africans. So we will see as the meets happen. We will see these African athletes that we are able to attract. And I mean, it must be said that all programs here are good while we are attracting these athletes. I don't think if we weren't going on with anything that people would be attracted to come to our country for their development. And one such person that I can think like right off the top of my head is Juliet Alfred, who would have gone to St. Catherine High School and would have participated in the Issa Boys and Girls Champs, and Juliet Alfred is from St. Lucia, and did excellent during the 2023 season, having won also the Bowerman Award on the female section. And that's like top honors in the NTA. She did fantastic. And it was, yes, the coaches at the University of Texas did a fantastic job, but she had to have the foundation, and those foundations that was laid right here in Jamaica. So if persons from Africa or from the Caribbean, I mean, a lot of the schools I know attract these Caribbean athletes who have the talent, and they come to Jamaica, and you see it, when we go to the Carifta Games, and you hear you'd have heard the news the week before at Boys and Girls Championships participating locally, and then when it gets to Carifta, it's they're now running for a different island. It makes you feel good as a Jamaican. It tells me that what we're doing here in terms of track and field development is attractive, and people want to come to run fast like Usain Bolt. People want to come to run fast like Shelley and Fraser Price. People want to come to run fast like Elaine Thompson here and Sharika Jackson and the likes. People want to come to the place that we seem to be getting it right. And so, I mean, that being said, we look forward to the other. So I mentioned it earlier in the sports highlights, but one of the things I wanted to talk about was the under 20. I mean, the World Under 20 Championships. If I remember well, the last time we had the World Under 20 Championships, that championship took place in July. Now it's literally at the end of August, and as I would have said, it's usually when the teams or when the high school athletes, they're now just preparing or starting their background training for January. And so it will be an interesting time to see how the coaches will prepare the athletes. It means maybe that in 2025, we'll see some athletes maybe later in the season because they would have had to extend their season to facilitate, them representing the country at the World Under 20 Championships in Lima, or maybe we'll see a decreased participation for athletes because they're just not available at that time of the year. And so that is, of course, something that we will watch and we'll keep you posted. The As it relates to the Diamond Leagues are very, very important. And of course, we know this year's an Olympic year, but next year's a World Championship year. And of course, as it relates to the Diamond League, the rules of the World Championships is that, once you're a Diamond League winner, you get a chance or you have a ticketing quotation, to the next World Championships. And of course, there is a World Championships coming up in 2025. So this Diamond League also is very important for the athletes. The Olympics, of course, as I said, the track and field segment of the Olympics that will take place August 1 to 11. And of course, I said we're going to be happy because that's usually when we are in the holiday independence celebrations here in Jamaica. And so, we will, and of course, it's the summer as well. So some people will be on holiday, some people will take their vacation during that time, and so they will have a chance to sit down and take in. But like for people like me that follow the entire Olympics from from start to finish, it will be an interesting month of activities. And of course, this is just one of the years that there is a excitement that I don't know how to explain it, but there's just an excitement that is around. Branimir, Happy New Year to you as well. Yes, Happy New Year to everyone. Right. Yeah, there's just an excitement as it relates for me for track and field and just for everything else. The NBA playoffs will start. The playoffs for the NFL, those will start as well. So it's just quite a lot to look forward to. And of course, when the Copa America begins in June, we're not just looking forward so we can cheer for, the Brazil and the Argentina, but, we'll also be looking to cheer for Jamaica and hoping that the boys will be able to have adequate practice games, adequate matches, international matches lined up for them as they prepare for the Copa America, which is pretty much the highlight for the year as it relates to the Reggae Boys and football. For the girls, of course, we did not qualify for the Women's Gold Cup, so there won't be a lot of competition for the girls this year. However, we still look forward to hopefully the JFF will be able to, one, fix the issues or at least, come to some understanding with the issues, and with the World Cup squad, and of course, just be able to look forward to what will happen for 2025 for the girls. Right. In the last segment, we're going to be talking about, I'm spending a few minutes to talk about the JFF elections are coming up. And, I saw a post and I'd love to address it. We'll talk about it when we come back right here. So we're going to take a break again right here on Sports Talk, heading into our final segment of the first show for 2024. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be right back after this break.
Look how I can't carry Lego country now because my license expire. I tired a couple more days.
You never know, you can renew it in 60 days before it expires, brother. You can start the process online today by visiting www.jamaicatax.gov.jm.
Never know that. Logging on right now.
Road users can now renew their driver's license 60 days before its expiration date. Visit www.jamaicatax.gov.jm to start the process or visit your nearest tax office. Know the road code.
A message from the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunication and Transport.
The following Love 101 programs will be on break for the holiday season and will return on the following days. Sports Talk returns on January 6, 2024. Family Time returns on January 8, 2024. The Morning Watch, Campus Connection, and The Rock returned on January 9, 2024. Mailbox returns on January 10, 2024. To Have and to Hold returns on January 11, 2024. Thank you for making it Love 101, the family station, celebrating 30 years of music, family, and love.
Get ready for another inspiring time inside Love in the Morning with me, your host, Jakal Dyer, this Monday, January 8th. Listen throughout the show for tips on how to become the best version of who you are in the feature Becoming You. Then grab your cup of coffee and we can start the day right with the Morning Coffee Pick Me Up devotional at 6 a.m. Cruise with Love on your radio inside Drive Time Jammings with great music to lift your day. This week, inside Being Jamaican, we talk about things Jamaican parents say to scare their kids. At 8:30 a.m. inside The Healthy Way, we discuss proper sleeping positions. And then at 9:30, we wrap it up with something more. Brought to you by the Faith Cathedral Deliverance Center. So stick and stay with us. This Pick Me Up Monday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
It's alright, just wake up.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Of course, I'm looking forward to you telling me what sporting events you're looking forward to for 2024. So you feel free to send me a WhatsApp at 876-997-3125. And of course, you can send me a message on Facebook or on YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. All right, so next week, Sunday, so not tomorrow, but next week, Sunday, the January 14, the JFF will be having its elections. And boy, I tell you, so in our previously, well, I would have spoken about this issue earlier, but, you know, there is now a feeling that Sidela Martley resigning as the ambassador for the Jamaica Football Federation in regards to the Reggae Girls is sparking or add sparks to what will happen in terms of the JFF presidential challenge. I mean, honestly, I don't think the current president, Michael Ricketts, I think he will be returned despite of everything that has happened in 2023 with the girls and the boys and the press releases and things not looking the way that they should. In spite of all of that, I think he will still return as president, and it's just because you may ask, why do you think that? Right. One, I don't think that there's anybody right now who is able to come in and like make an impact. The persons who are challenging currently serve under his leadership, and I know you perhaps saying, oh, but they might have new ideas. that might be true, but if you are not putting forward these new ideas now, I'm not sure that I'm to believe that if you take the helm, that you will be able to put forward those ideas. But I just think that we need some business persons at the JFF, people who really care about not just sports or the sport of football, but also the footballers as well, and the PR and everything that comes through. So we'll see. We'll be following the elections on January 14, and we will see what will come of it. It would be a shock to me if Michael Ricketts is not returned. But anything can happen. But I will not be surprised if he has returned. Yes, a lot of good things would have happened in 2023. However, there are still some things that are missing and absent as it relates to the Jamaica Football Federation and how they go about things. So in that case, it's like, okay, where the pro, where the con? Is it that impactful that they'll be like, yeah, okay, we're done with this person? I don't think we're at that stage. So that is really that. Oh, I did say I'm going to just go through with the few minutes I have left, of course. Go through, give you the dates of some of the other meets that will happen for the rest of the ones that right. So next week Saturday we'll talk about those meets. So next week Saturday, in terms of track and field, we'll have the Douglas Forest Invitational that will take place at the Stadium East, and of course next week Saturday also we'll have the Manchester High Charlie Fuller Field Events meet that will take place at Manchester High School, and the Puma Development meet that will also take place at GC Foster College. And of course, all those events, they begin at 8 and they end at 6 o'clock. And of course, there are always meets to look forward to. So if you want to kind of figure out how the athletes are performing for the season, you will know that certain schools will go to certain meets. So if you want to see a particular school, where you will see. So don't be alarmed, because, there are a lot of athletes. And so what the coaches tend to do is to spread the athletes based on what the meet provides. For example, there are meets that are just hurdles alone that's run for that meet. There are meets that they only do 100, 200, 400. There are meets that they only do the mid distance. So we will not see what the true strength of a particular school will look like, whether girl or boy, until the bigger meets that will include all the events. Because most times the coaches just tend to separate the athletes based on the meets, and it depends, if an athlete is struggling with an injury, or it really depends. They'll be like, okay, you're not going to run this week, or you're going to run this week, or based on where you are in your preparation, then, well, I'll run it this week or not ready. So, like, don't be alarmed. As I said, we will carry the top performers as much as possible, tell you who the top performers are from these junior meets, and just follow the progress as we go through. Gibson relays, and that's what I was looking for, because there is quite a bit happening when we get down to March, and that's what I was really looking to tell you, because the Gibson relays, those that will come up on the 24th of February, and then a week after you will have the Carifta Trials. But in the week of the Gibson relays, you'll be having the Central Athletics Championships, and then the GC Foster Classic would be like a week after that as well, which kind of having the Central Athletics Championship, the Gibson Relays, and the Carifta Trials, it's almost a jam-packed time, especially because Gibson Relays, they use that for the qualification of the relay teams to the championship. So it's going to be a cram schedule. It is a cram schedule for the athletes, and I'm hoping that good sense will prevail in terms of the managers and the coaches, and they will try to keep the athletes healthy, as healthy as possible. Right. So as I said, lots and lots to look forward to 2024. Lots and lots of athletes to watch. Lots of meets coming up and sporting activities taking place. If you can, on a Saturday, I mean, I know our Saturdays can be busy, but if you can, the ones that are in the corporate area, at least go for a 1 or 2 hour sit down, see what our local talent is, will bring. Some athletes you will see participating this year. You wouldn't have seen them participate last year because they would have changed schools. And so I'm also looking forward to that. There are some athletes that they would have missed championships because of last year, but they will participate this year as they're now eligible. But of course, the other athletes, the younger, the class 4 is always, my exciting time. Class 1, class 4 girls, class 3 boys. I'd love to see those talents that come from the prep and primary school level and how they transition into the bigger high school meets and having meets every week and having to travel every week, and just the fitness and just the camaraderie between the different athletes, and how the older ones look after the younger ones when they come into the different when they come to the different schools, and just how they're transformed. These prep and primary children, they're transformed when they go to high school. Then once they started to go to particular schools, it's almost like they're going to the schools forever. And it's always so interesting to see. But as I said, we will at Sports Talk here, we will keep you updated. You will not miss a beat as much as possible, not allow you to miss a beat and what is happening. So if you're not able to go to the meets, will be, of course, giving you the highlight moments of those meets and just what is happening globally as it relates to sports. And of course, we'll be able to catch up with a few of the athletes, a few of the coaches, managers. We'll talk to them during the course of the season to see what it's like for them. Thank you so much for tuning into Sports Talk today. It was a fantastic first show for 2024. Again, all the best for 2024. And we do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101. Thank you for tuning to Sports Talk. Until next week, I say bye-bye.